Now from there, let's also shift our focus to more developments. India and the US are racing to seal a trade deal ahead of President Donald Trump's July 9th deadline, when 26% reciprocal tariffs on Indian goods will kick in, despite India's chief negotiators Rajesh Agarwal and his team extending their stay in Washington for discussions. Talks are stuck on certain issues on either side. Trump has suggested that extending the reciprocal tariff suspension period to beyond July 9th is unlikely. He has, however, expressed hope of a trade deal with India in the coming days. Earlier this week, viewers, Trump emphasized that the United States and India are nearing the completion of a trade agreement that would significantly reduce the current existing tariffs, allowing the fair competition between both the nations. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now officially at the 24-hour mark from the landslide trade deal between India and the United States of America. Professor Madhav Nalapat, editorial director at the Sunday Garden, joins me live on the telecast. Appreciate you joining me this morning, Mr. Nalapat. And how do you react? In fact, there is anticipation. There is also the wait for the big announcement that may come, because it is finally coming at the heel of a lot of conflicting statements earlier in the past week by US President Donald Trump. As much as the weight of this big announcement, the big decision, the trade deals changes that has come from the United States, India is also, in fact, carrying that responsibility on how they negotiate further. How do you react?
I'm sure negotiations are going well, and of course, the President Trump does express views that are not always palatable, but the reality is that he's a realist. Our Prime Minister is also a realist. And from that point of view, I'm sure our Prime Minister is guiding these discussions, just as on the Indian side, just as the President will be influencing these decisions from the US side. And given the importance of India and the US working together, something recognized by Defense Secretary Hegseth as well as our External Affairs Minister when he visited the Pentagon, I think I am quite hopeful that a good trade deal will be signed and this tariff war will end. Tariffs, frankly, benefit no one. And in the past, it was a beggar my neighbor policy that ended the recession. So I think, President Trump is using the cut of tariffs as an incentive to reach a good trade agreement with people and with countries. And from that point of view, I am very hopeful of a good trade deal being worked out, trade agreement being worked out by both sides. One led by a Prime Minister, the other by the US President.
All right. Thank you, sir, for being with us live on the telecast and sharing your take. Now, viewers, on that note, with more news and updates coming shortly on the other side, stay tuned.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.